All right. Okay. So the thing is, my streaming setup got just not like botched. So I had to reinstall all of the multi-streaming whatever from Stream Elements. Then I was trying to launch it. It either work only on YouTube and then only on Twitch. It's just annoying. But now we're good. Okay. All right. So where are we? Let me close this bit. Close all. Then Twitch seems fine. Let me check the titles and stuff. Oh my god, I hate this video. Okay. Save. Honestly, I don't understand where on YouTube these things appear. But hopefully it's fine. All right, anyway, so I did some work in the past week. Today, I think we're gonna do a little bit of debugging. So there's a few things I wanna make everyone aware of. First thing, I can't really show you on stream. Okay, so we have some new light model. You see this? This is a bug. Okay, so we're gonna have to fix this bug. I don't know what is going on here. So it's either my normals or this light isn't in the right place. But I'm trying to make a system that for each cell and thing we render, we will also give it the 4 closest lights it would affect it. Now it just gives you 4 lights, whatever those are, in the hope that in this game, so I need to do some sort of easy way, for example, for this geometry instance, it's going to be affected by a few lights. I think I can bump up the number to 8 or so. But at the end of the day, it needs a fast way for every pixel of this thing to query the closest lights. I'm not really good at graphics, so what I thought I would do is make a sort of a mapping, and for each instance I get the closest light so that it could affect that instance, and then in the fragment shader we will proceed to do the computations for those lights. Right, so that's the idea. And the reason, so I think that will work fine, and then we can refine it, and then we can make it such that we have a bit faster way to find those lights, right? So if they're in completely different world areas, they wouldn't, the map, the terrain, or the UI, the thing wouldn't be affected. Right. But this is where we are. And there's some bug here, right? This makes no sense to me. I don't know why it is like this. I don't know what's going on here. Another thing I discovered is like GLSL, you know, I was kind of not super excited when people announced they will do their own shading language for WebGPU. But then let me show you GLSL and things that are valid in GLSL. So we have this color where we accumulate color. And we have this light indices, which is IVEC4, right? So 4 integers. This is the 4 closest lights, which now is just 4 random lights, but it will be the 4 closest. -1 means you don't have 4 lights close to you, and we've finished. We can skip, right? And then we get a light by indexing with this index that comes from this array of 4 things, right? Well, let me show you. So this is, and we go through all 4 with this I, right? Let me show you what is possible, and GLSL just compiles it with no, like this loop could be written like this. If you're in a hurry like me, and there you go. Then you can add the rest of the things, right? The contents inside there's the same actually. Okay. You see here, I forgot the equals 0. And this guy just compiles and starts indexing into an IVEC4 with a randomly initialized index, because it's an uninitialized value, so who knows what this could be, right? And then what happens is my game will crash, the entire driver will crash, my monitor will just go black, Z will also crash for some reason. I think it just doesn't handle driver loss in this window version. So this was me debugging for like 4 hours, trying to figure out like what is going on, you know? And this is a very annoying debugging loop, right? Because you're like, what's happening? And it looks kind of correct, right? But no warning, no nothing, it just compiled. So I found it by just randomly deleting parts of code that I added. Right. Anyway, now that's not the problem. The problem is now, whoops. The formatter here is just so wonky because I have a lot of ifdef, and if I format them, it puts them like this, which is just, what are you doing? So I need to be careful not to format. So I have this loop here where we go through lights. Sorry, didn't mean to type cargo run. Cargo build here. So today we're gonna debug a little bit this thingy. That's what we'll do. And this is RenderDoc. And we're gonna just launch application. So first of all, not just Dwarf World, but I have here my Learn WGPU project. Capture everything, whatever. And this is 144 FPS. I want one where the normal is kind of... This camera doesn't work. Anyway, let's capture this one. I want this normal because this normal is high. It's like flat normal. Then I can... Okay, so we're gonna have this one. And I'm gonna start another render doc. The reason I need two is I'm gonna compare the PBR from one with the other to see what's happening. Don't even know what these buttons are doing. Okay. Probably some normals being oriented some wonky way, but what's happening here? Like, why is that particular? And I think the color here is just the color from sort of ambient light that I fudged in those calculations. It's just so peculiar. What's happening here? Okay. I have this from basically, well, come on, load it. Okay. This site called Learn OpenGL. This site here, sorry for flashbanging you, contains quite a lot of information in PBR, and those equations are where do they come from and so on. PBR in practice, I don't know what this is. Lighting and theory. These two chapters are very, very useful, and they give you all of the formulas you need for some physically based renderer. Okay. Sorry, I got a little bit direct lighting, and there's this all of this stuff, right? We're not gonna go through it, but basically it has everything you need, and you can even look at the code, so on. You can find the full source code of the texture demo and the texture set used here, right? So has the whole source code and everything, right? That's good and useful, right? But okay, so texture viewer, this is the final image. It has a compute pass, render pass. It uses multi-draw indirect, just like my Dwarf game, and it draws this kind of GLTF model of this core set and base or whatever. So let's just look at these values here, maybe. Okay. So if we look at the fragment shader, this is the normal pointing up. Right, and now let's look at our game. This is render pass. This renders, we have a compute pass figuring things out. This is where the terrain is rendered without anything else. Now let's look at this guy, right? What's happening here? Like, why is this so white? So first of all, actually, let me make this a bit easier to kind of switch between them. There is a light. So there's this position, and then there's this color, which these aren't too high values for a light color. But I believe this gets attenuated with the distance, right? Which we don't attenuate anymore in my shader, I think. Alright, so this is the accumulator color. It starts from nothing. And this is the sample color, which is some sort of a grayish color. Because it's a rock. If you look at the texture set, this is supposed to be this color. And then, okay, we get the lights. Light index, this will be 0. This is 0, -1, -1. There's no other light here. I don't think there is. We only put the sun, right? And we take this light, which will be... This is the position. Oh, actually, this is the color. It's 111. It's not too crazy. And this is the position. That's 600, 600, 600. 600 means... I think the height of a block is 64 or 32. So it's about of either 10 or 20 in height. Now, how high is this guy? Guess this is 16. Also, the fact that these bedrock cells are in one layer and this other guy is in another layer. I don't know what happened with the chunking there. But okay, moving on. Oops. Right, so let's look more. Let's get into this and the normal again. Does this look like a normal? That's good. And also, what space is this normal in? Well, first of all, where did I click here? On the top. So this normal should just be in world space, I guess. Right? Yeah. Guess this should be in world space. And let's look at position. I don't think we can see the out. Well, let's look at the out. Which ones? On this one. These three. What would be the normal of this guy, I wonder? Not this, I don't care. This guy. Position, normal. X, Y, Z. So this is pointing straight up. In this way. And then we transform this normal by what? So we take it there. multiply by the object matrix. They should be in world space. This is getting normalized again here, which, okay. But does this look right as a normal to you? Kind of pointing x.5. Let me kind of draw it out. Yes, is correct. I believe in the object matrix here we're kind of stuffing a bit much, and let me check. Cube. It's a scale and translation. There should be no rotation. So let me see then, how did we get this value then? Mesh viewer, this guy, debug this vertex please. Thank you. Object matrix 11. So this is just like a diagonal, it's like a isn't this a scale? So how is this -1, -1, -1? If you look at the here, this guy. Well, actually, if the in is inconclusive to me, I don't know how to. With camera to geometry. Solid color. Can I select to? No. Okay, great. Oh, did I select the one in the back? This is the one I want to debug then. It's the same one. Position 111. Okay, this is better. So this is the one towards me. And then normal would be pointing up, and then the ones there. So we have object matrix, which is this guy, times the normal. So V normal is the same, of course. So how did we get this V normal? Ooh, wait. Where is this normal going? Location 1 out. And this normal? Isn't this peculiar? V normal ends up being this value. Well, let's pick some pixel right in the corner. I wonder if there's some other pixel that just when interpolating for the triangle. Okay, makes it such that no, this is the same normal. This is wrong. This shouldn't be this value, and yet it is. Should be 0, 1, 0. This is how did we get there? How did we get to 0.5, 0.5, 0.61 from what is essentially zero, 1, 0? What other numbers we have here? what? How do this work? And then we have these inputs. You know what I mean? What are these? But I mean, none of this overlaps because this is the light data, which is never 0.5. Just one light, one position, one color. So it's not that. Okay. So we get this normal. And if I leave it just like this, no multiplication whatsoever, not that it would matter, to be honest. These look wonky now. This is the thing with debugging these things. It's always a little bit confusing to me. So it would be this guy, right? Okay, what's your normal? Now it's correct. Would it mean that my instance buffer is not properly aligned? Let me check. Because those matrices shouldn't matter from what I can see. So this is my instance data here. It's my mesh pool. This is the instance data. So we have an object matrix. We have a light index, 4 of them. Color multiplier, 4 of them. offset vector or depth bias, and then some padding. So it's not like this matrix was wonky. And the data in, if we look at it, is the same for everything. Yeah. This is the output, so I don't care, but camera position, picking color, color multiplier, debug color, light indices, only one light. Well, now all of the normals point up for all of the faces, which is obviously not correct. Excuse me, wait a second. I need to check something in the mesh. Well, first of all, to do WGPU, have normals here. Oh god. Okay. The thing is, I actually checked and the normals were all pointing up, so this makes no sense. But at least my faces that look, the top should look fine. So let's check what's happening here. Okay, I mean now it's a pointing up situation, and V. It's like 300. This is kind of the world position of that pixel, which is 300 something, so fairly good. V was supposed to be. Okay, I think that's correct. This world position is also correct. think I don't need to do this. Roughness 0.5, metallic nothing. This makes no sense to me. This actually increased the intensity a bit to 7. There's some hard-coded values here. Okay. Times G times F. That's a really low number. Yeah, this. Okay, so this NDF bit. Here is 0, 0, 8, and for me is this basically 0, 0, 4, 5 zeros? How many? 5. This is very suspicious. So this is from a normal H. And the roughness, which is 0.1 instead of 0.4. And this H is 0.5, 0.5, 0.6. Should be. Yeah, this is correct. I think maybe the roughness is the issue. Specular highlights is basically non-existing. So I think okay, now let's start experimenting. We need to check those normals, that's for sure. So if we hold this here and we go to the here, I don't care about tone mapping. This normal we said was correct. This didn't change much. I would want yeah, times. Okay. So I think this means the sun is kind of like where the camera is. So let's put the light position. Is it position? Is a vector of 600 and then 0. Oh, and okay, seems to have done something. It ruined these guys, which I don't get it. What happened here? What are these anyway? I think they're just a quad or maybe the bottom of a cube. But there's definitely some stuff going on. Okay. So let's leave that. I think my previous attenuation was wrong anyway. So that needs to we need to figure that out. Close some of these windows. Okay. I didn't even hard code it to 11011, so what's happening there? Oh, is it because... Is it because... Where are we here? PBR color, normal, and then let's do again. Put it here like this. It doesn't quite make any sense to me. If I reduce the roughness... Oh, if I reduce the roughness... Okay. It becomes very kind of shiny. But terrain, this should be high, I guess. And this seems darker than this. Am I... No, these are all wrong. We said. Okay, let's fix those normals now. I'm starting to get a feel for things. Maybe this should be... Let's leave it at... Or where is the camera? Let's put it to where the camera is. You know? So this is good. And now let's... Oh, we're gonna use AI. Alright, hear me out. Build cube buffer. Okay, watch this. Alright, some vibe coding. I really can't be bothered with figuring out where normals should be. Oh, okay. I don't need it. This one's actually not used anymore. I don't know why. We can delete it. No worries. Build kill buff. Okay, dude. I don't care about this. Copy. Paste. Oh, it actually only added this function, which looks what's Z, negative Z. I mean, who knows how this is broken. Okay, AI, thank you for your service. And now we can move on. See? I'm not fully an AI hater. I bet you guys, I mean, this should be correct, but like 99% of the time, I'll have to go in and manually fix these. Any sort of AI generated code. Whoa. So clearly this isn't at my camera position, or does it matter? I would expect these highlights to change, right? If it's at camera pose. Oh, but they do somehow change. And why isn't this guy lit up? Oh, it's because it doesn't reach. But I have no occlusion, so what's going on here? Okay, but this is clearly way too shiny, right? So let's tune this up. This is too big. And then it's just, I don't want to see this kind of thing. Right, so you guys need to see it as well. These look fairly correct. Let's enable the rest of the lights. This has a light emitter, right? So this should also emit some light. I believe also some ambient occlusion factor here. I don't know. Where I got this 003 from. And is this correct? Because the directional light should just have a direction and a color. Because this has a position, kinda Well, anyway, it shouldn't go do this. So maybe... Now, what is roughness scale? Right. That fixed it. So this is the thing. I think roughness... You know, what does roughness go from what to what? I guess if it's so small, it's not... I don't know, is 0.4 doesn't look rough to me because this is fully in my face here. But if I go with a high roughness factor, let me 4.4. Right. It doesn't get me reflected in my face. Which I guess this guy goes in this NDF. Specular guy. Yeah. In any case, this looks nice. Now let's add here also a little bit of light. Maybe for this one now we can not do that and go and fix it in code, which is in this system. Now we add the rest of the lights, which basically means my second light from the campfire. And this would be and then color. I guess actually leave it like this and scale it in shader. We can also look if these need to be Vec 4 or we can get away with Vec 3s. I don't remember the alignment stuff. Okay. Right. Where's my fire light? So let's capture something. Do you only add one maybe in the compute shader? I don't know, we'll see. Recapture the frame, whoops. Oh yeah, Windows resize now, and I almost fixed my Mac, so it also works. Okay, my boy, let's see what's going on here. Render pass. Let's first check the compute shader. If this by any chance. Oh, there's this lights count thing. Okay, so this goes fine. I wonder how... Wait, is my lights count correct? Which one is this one? It's not the one I'm looking. Nope, not you. Okay. I closed the wrong one, of course. Target, debug. There's a thing called the PBR values database. Color. Okay. So where's the roughness? Banana. Okay, banana. Metalness 0. Base color. Relative luminance. I don't know what this means. Blackboard. What is this IOR? Index of reflection. Refraction. What's the range? PBR guide. Adobe, okay. Different maps in PBR textures. The range of values 0 and 1. Albedo. Normal. What? Okay. Roughness map of 1. So roughness should be between 0 and 1. Okay, well, bearded chicken? No. Well, the thing is, if I were to add a bearded chicken, I would do it during the week. Hey, because I want people to not know if it would appear or not appear. You know what I mean? It's kind of ruining the surprise. Ambient occlusion map. Okay, so wait. What does this metalness 0.5 even mean? I honest to God can't tell the difference between. Oh, it reflects less. Okay, roughness 1 is I think what I want for grass. Now we're physically simulating beards. This is where we're at. Dwarf game. I don't see any light values here, you know? This fire should emit light. And also it's a bit too bright for my taste, but that should be fine. Stuff reminds you of Paul Frey from the 90s era. Yeah. Except much more complicated now for some reason. I chose this pane. Apparently it's easier to compute shader, debug. Oh god, nice. I just want to see the light count. 2 lights. Okay, we have 2 lights. Barrier, instance data, doing math. Find 4 closest lights. Light index 0. light index 1. We're adding both lights. Okay, so there's not a bug in the compute shader. Goodbye. Render pass. Let's see the terrain. This is buggy. This shouldn't be this shape. It should be a cube of 16 by 16 by 16. Right, so this guy. Let's debug it. Light indices 0 and 1. Okay. If it's smaller than 0, break. Nope. And we accumulate color here. This is the light. Let's look at the value here. Position, this is the sun. Color 111. Cool. White. Beautiful white light. We do some calculations. Light index 1. Lights of 1. This is the position. Oh, the position. Right. This position is inside of the terrain. Because it okay, I know what happened. Yeah, so the transform get position value. This is in voxel space, which is not what we need. We could do some multiplications here. Let me eat some watermelon as I'm thinking. The problem we are faced with is that lights don't have they don't get transformed like the rest of the geometry. So you see this pipeline. Where's my pipeline? In the vertex shader, we take a cube and we multiply it with things, so it ends up in world space. But lights are just a position and a value array, position and color array for now. So that means their position needs to match whatever position we are waiting for in my shader. The easiest way to do this is calculating it on the CPU. So this is the transform. This is the global pose. Okay. Plus the global offset. height adjustment. Do I need this? No. What the heck is height adjustment? Plus. What? Right, this should be 0 because we added. Okay. So global position and transform. Wait, what? So we can take what's the range of this? -1 to 1. Is it from -1 to 1 on every axis? Yes. So 0 would be dead center. Okay. I think just multiplying the scale should be fine. This is a little bit. This looks stupid to me. Is this other way around? I should be able to extract it from here, right? What hand didn't? You sure you needed 3? Wait, does Glam not offer this? Let me check. I thought well, to be honest, you should just extract it from that matrix because I don't need to do this. So let's just do plus. Is it 3? Yeah. Let me check which. I think it's diagonal, right? But I need to check how this matrix looks like here. Maybe print it so it doesn't get optimized out. Does it have debug? No, of course not. Oh, maybe like this. Yeah, okay. Windows. What am I even thinking? Did okay. Where is it? Scale width. Oh, is it different? Okay. Okay. Global position times. I think this is fine. Plus. Don't need this. All right, so I need to do this lamp. This should be good. And now Sorry, I'm eating and trying to think, which is too much for my brain. I should have checked. We have render doc here. Need to check what the final position of this fire is. So it's 267 4 442 290. Okay. Oh, and I need to swap. I don't think this is needed then. Do I need to swap Z with Y? So it's good to remember, because my world coordinates and the coordinates of the game not quite the same. Also, in our fragment shader, we need to set up this to 1. Because apparently this is the range from 0 to 1 for these two. Fair enough. Come on, dang. Trying to see why it just refused to take inputs for some reason, which is very weird. Okay. What? Oh, it didn't. Did you not build it? Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't save. This editor is not fully ready for its prime time on Windows, but you know. X. I think this is the correct way. Can I see a hint of that being correct? Yeah. Oh, actually, this is even better. Okay, cargo run. Let's go back to my shader. Let's see what happens. I see some redness here, but not. What about this guy? Because it's a +1 here, isn't it? Yep. It might be plus another one. Yeah, it's fine. There's no occlusion, so technically... Ooh, look at this. Look how beautiful this is lit up here. You can't quite see, I think, because of how values are. But let me modify the shader. Where are we? So, if it's... Okay. I don't know why this guy is here. Oh, look at you. A bot. Look. Report. Spam. I don't know, man. Like, how is Twitch not figuring out these guys are spam? Literally. Where's the ban? All right. Sorry, got distracted by a bot. So what's going on here? Why are these guys affected by? It could be that the position is wrong. Because it kind of illuminates all of this area. Which is strange to me because I don't have any sort of attenuation baked in. You know? So I guess these are right at the edge. Yeah, so here is right in the edge of this circle. But we're getting close. We're getting close. Because this color, campfire. Oh, you know what would be really cool? Light emitter. This is the color. Can I change it to be... What? It works. It blends nicely here, so that's... I really love this. But I want it more red because it's a fire. Orangey. You know, this is actually quite fun after I did my... And you see, with it being in full day, it actually gets blended out okay. Sorry, not this. This might be a... But yeah, you can totally see this being more orange here than here. Cool. Alright, anyway. I like this. We just need to figure out these positions correctly. And also... Like, what's going on? I mean... Okay. Let's use render doc for a little bit. I don't think I attenuate those lights, which is very weird to me that they're having this behavior. So let's, you know, capture. Like, yeah, here. What's happening here? So this is the position. Actually, this is correct. This is correct. This normal. My God, why is it pointing towards what? Anyway. Oh, it might be the normals are broken. Like, what is this normal? This is camera pose, world position. So 4 to 3. Y is 294. I think it's because of these normals not being correct still. Yeah. This is the problem. Okay, this works. This should be lighter. This is correct. It's a very harsh color, and I think it's because of this situation here where we do this ambient. Whoops. Suddenly this game turned 3D now. Okay, and let's also do this from 0. Cutting off the sunlight. This is so cool because you can see this guy. Now, obviously something is wrong, which is there is no attenuation in so there's no occlusion, first of all, and every surface treats this light as if it was affected by it. Make this thing smaller. Which now it does correctly, so this should be darker, this should be darker, this is more visible. I do wonder if we need a little bit more. Yeah, let's actually play with I don't know. I would maybe this is just the intensity. I like this more. I think this is correct for when it's maximum. Attenuation, yeah. Whoops. This is correct. Should be inversely proportional. Is it too much? Now becomes the tuning game. Do I want this to be... What is this value? This is a huge number. Well, first of all, let's cut this. I don't know what these values are, you know? Like... Should be a lumen, is that? Oh, okay, so the values for this can be like this. This is a reasonable value. Which looks about right. But I mean, does it look about right? Because I'm also... And I think another thing that I should think about is this is a quad. I feel like the light is behind it a bit. Or maybe... So this isn't correctly illuminated. So I need to move the light a bit. So all of this is lit up correctly. I don't know, but for a fireplace, I don't like how bright this is. So maybe we would do a not by the square and just do this. Okay, but now this is in the completely wrong. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, another thing is this, guys. These normals are wrong now. I mean, they're correct. but not really. Well, actually, I don't know if they're correct, but they're definitely not what I want them to be. So maybe for quads, I point them upwards. Because I want this guy to be lit up here, even though this fire is... Whoa, what was this? This is way too much. How much do I want light to affect things? And we need another thing. We need to send the sunlight separately. It's getting tricky. And sunlight shouldn't be attenuated. So we will do the following. Color of the light. The color can be already including of my tuning factor here. It's way too much though. Let me try something else. What else do we have here? Not bad. I like this more because it gives the stylized look. Okay, Uncharted. This looked like junk last time. Okay, still. Oh, this actually looked horrible. Yeah, what's going on here? Why is this shifting stuff to green and what's happening? Okay. Too much. Not great. And this is just, I think, yeah, capping it. All right, so I guess there you go. That's our winner. And now let's also turn on the sun. You know, this is another thing. What I'm seeing on my screen may be actually totally wrong as well, because I'm not working on a super calibrated screen, right? My regular screen, but I guess, yeah. Where is my sun? Turn on the sun. Yeah, this did nothing now because of course the sun is just like super far away. So what we will do is the following. Let's add the sun separately as a variable. And then all of these other things are kind of point lights, which is fine. will be times what do I want to say here? So I want a factor that when I multiply here, so when it's disabled, when it's disabled, I think this is what I'm trying to say here. Is it this one? If it's enabled, oh, this needs to be 1. Sorry. So I need the function that is 1 in a disabled, and whatever this value is enabled. So I guess is 1 minus I think this is correct. Actually, yes. I was trying not to put if statements, but then it's like whatever. My game is so simple, it shouldn't matter. So this is correct. And I think the distance doesn't need to be calculated otherwise. Whoops. And then we'll have here. Is there a bool in shader? Do they have bools or do I need int? Bool. There is a bool. What representation is a bool? I guess it's a U32. Values might be either true or false. But okay, but like, how is it represented? Okay, it's gonna be an int. And I think this is good. Now we do this thing here, and then before all of it, we will also add the sun. The sun should be one of these guys. Actually, we could do with bull because this is only past here. We don't need to pass it from the game code. So this, all of these have attenuation enabled, and the sun will pass in false. Oh, this not being highlighted worries me, but according to the internet and chronos.org, this should work. Right, and then sun will be position and the color. Okay, so it would be just a light, which I want it to be a, this is set 0. These are the lights. How about I put you here? Or is it buffer? Uniform I want. Okay, uniform and then light. Sun. Oops. Okay, I keep formatting this file. So then the sun needs to come here. Right. And now where do PBR pipeline? So 0, and now we have the fragment. Lights data will be this guy. Okay. Sun. No. Okay. Binding 4 only in the fragment. This is not a buffer. This will be a uniform. A uniform buffer. These are fine. Okay. And now, you know, this is why I love validation layers. Now if I cargo run, it will tell me I didn't put anything here. And boom. Oh, non-opaque uniform outside of a block. Requires a block, sampler, or an atomic counter. I don't know what this error means, but I bet you is where we put that light uniform. $26. Yeah, is this one. Do I need to name it? Sun? Yeah, okay, that worked. Number of bindings, okay, geometry and textures binding group. Right. So here is where we put the buffers, right? So we put the lights buffer. And I'll put the sun buffer here. And I think I know where the rest is. Will be not in the renderer, in the context here. We have a lights buffer, lights counter. By the way, this was another thing that beat me. I need to send the counter separately, which is a bit annoying, but because this is just a buffer I allocate once, so then I need to kind of make sure the number of lights is also sent. Sun buffer. It's just a double GPU buffer that then we need to make sure we fill in with the right things. Okay. Camera uniform buffer. Okay, I think this will be similar with the sun. Sun buffer. Initialized. It's fine. Uniform buffer. Cast slice. This will be doesn't matter, to be honest, but I mean, okay, this is not attenuated, right? So we need to take care of it. Uniform and copy destination. This is correct. Boom, put it here. And now we just need to update it. Well, we need to send it here. Render with double GPU, render context dot sun buffer. This is fine. Same here, because we do render in 2 steps, if you remember from last time. Buffer. We do this because we have a separate kind of mesh pool for dynamic and static objects. But this will be the same across everything. And this will make sure things are correct. Normally, these bind groups, we don't need to recreate them all the time. Storage. Why would you want storage? Validation error in create bind group, geometry and textures buffer bind group. Usage flags of buffer sunlight do not contain required flags storage. Really? Where does storage come from? Because in my PBR pipeline, double GPU camera. Has entire binding. This doesn't have it, so I'm a bit suspicious, you know. Fragment counts none. Okay, this as entire binding, I feel like it's a bind group entity with this thing. Buffer binding, wrong. Okay, it has a different entry binding, and then resource. I wonder what which one do you think it was? Is it buffer binding or buffer? I think there is a thing that's missing me, like escaping me. I don't understand exactly what's going on. I really don't want to add storage just to fix this error, because the other one doesn't have storage. So look at this guy, uniform copy destination, because you should be able to put some random data in it. Uniform copy destination, and then is it in binding resource? Is it because it goes into the fragment shader? I don't see any other difference. And this is declared as uniform here, so binding 3 is just the list ones. Oh, that's why you want the storage, bro. Come on, off by one error. And this is the fire here, no problem. So this sun needs to be added here. Plus equals PBR color sample color sun false. Whoa. Oh, and now we need to go into here. I got flashbanged by the sun, but it's okay. Where do we upload them here? Don't add this guy now. And I think set dynamic lights is fine. We get it from here. This is because throughout the day I want to change the sunlight position and color, but for now we just, hard code it here and send it to the GPU, even if it's the same, And now game rs context. Okay, how does the other thing work? Is it q self.render.q up bind group? All right, buffer sun buffer 0. The new data is well, I guess just do this then. Because I want to have the sunlight also, change color throughout the day. Look at this flashbang situation. This is happening because we're doing this here in the shader here. There's a multiplication by, yeah, this guy. This has no business here. And if we want the fireplace to look good, we just do it there, but obviously this needs to be included in the light color. And I think the sunlight should be, it was, I think, like this. Whoa, a bit too bright. Maybe 4. Look how good this looks like. Oh my god, I'm so hyped. What is happening? Let's tune this to 4. I think I like it to 4. Yeah, 4. It's a bit washed out, but there. Now we can try a bit more. Not this guy. I think this was what we used to have. Yeah, it's just... don't like this one anymore. I don't like this one, I mean. This is even worse. Tone mapping. I think this one's the best one. Because it kind of makes this not be super bright, and then... yes. Now if I just not add the sign up. Yeah, this is fine-ish. I wish this would spread more into here. And I wish the normals situation for these camera facing quads we can fix it actually with a tiny hack. Where's my camera facing? Bottom, build, cube, camera facing quad. Oh. Huh. This is not what I expected. It's because they have that normal, but it... what? It's already faked. But now I'm not so sure I want normals here. And we can have a bit nicer ambient occlusion at these edges. Actually, let me check what the math is for ambient occlusion. Let me bring this up so you guys see what I'm looking for. Ambient occlusion. No, I don't care about that. Green space, yes, green space. This is AO, this one. Oh, it's in my favorite tutorial. Without width. See, it darkens certain things. Yeah, well, okay. Blur, okay, we have A few things to do. So we do this buffer and then we blur it, and then we use it when we do the light. Okay, this is not gonna be fast. It's good to save it. But then I wanna fix those normals, but I don't know how. Let me think a bit. Why don't they show up? Let's capture a random dog capture here. Oh, but it looks so nice. Save this capture. No, I don't care. I wanted to actually change the shader and see if RenderDocs figures it out, but it just means the light is below this point if the normals are pointing up. I think that's the only explanation I can think of. Whoops. So accumulator, we're having this light right. So let me check this 4 5 6. I think that's the Y. Okay, 273 4 5 6. Well, actually it doesn't matter what I am looking at here because we have the world position here. 4 5 8. Right. So this light value is below and no matter how the normal points is problem is this, then we can bump it up a bit here in native. Actually don't understand. Okay. This is too high though, I think. This is another thing. It's good we're having this other bug now. So I want this guy to be illuminated from wherever, but now it's kind of giving away what I'm doing with the projection. So even if the light is behind, I want this guy to be lit up as if it was Okay, let me think a bit. Think where is the shader? So this is the problem now. We're doing this physically based thing, but I want this is light position minus whatever. I think the only these normals are messing with the light. Can't modify uniform. How about that? I don't know what's happening here actually. What is happening? Oh, sorry. I'm stupid. I wanted to take this guy and bump it down a bit. What's this from? What is it from? Oh, I think those were always broken, were they? I mean, let's not assume. Let me check if that's a sunlight thing or what. Yeah, it is a sunlight thing. What? So this is the current position. And pass the sunlight here. Oh my god, dude. It's not rust. Okay. So something's off here. So what's happening here is the sun is behind here and these guys are black. I need to tune this up a bit somehow. Not happy with it, but okay, it's too low, but yeah, okay. Anyway, this blends nicely, so that's nice. But I need to figure out these things. I need to figure out what do I do with these shapes. What normals are here? Do I just build a normal map and fudge it? Like this guy here. But yeah, other than that, I'm fairly happy with how things are turning out slowly. So yeah, we're progressing, and overall this looks great here. Not this. I don't know what happened there. But this bit is good. Anyway, it's getting late and tomorrow I have actual work to attend. But yeah, I'll work throughout this weekend, tune these up. So these normals are not problematic anymore. And I think next we'll just maybe add a bit of ambient occlusion at the corners here. And do some of that. Kind of to make it more moody a bit and so on. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Anyway, thanks for joining. See you guys next time.